Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Marco and today we are continuing One Piece episodes 408, 9 and 10. There were two filler episodes before this that I watched today and I was not vibing with them. I was talking before how I'm not a huge fan of these types of fillers, right, where we have crew somewhere completely unrelated to the things in this world, and some of the Straw Hats didn't even meet each other ever in these filler episodes. It was still pretty fun to see all these characters that we know and love, and there were some callbacks like the kids from Usopp's village, Iceberg from Water 7. We saw Igaram and Vivi from Alabasta, and Hogback and the others from Thriller Bark, Lola as well. They were participating in some sort of shrine race, and everyone needed to build their own portable shrine, right, to race with it. But we had like this Thriller Bark characters like Perona, Hogback and the others who were sabotaging everyone else. But at the end, Luffy and Frankie and everyone came together to build like sunny looking portable shrine, and they raced with it and won. So, and they were promised that the main reward is huge treasure or something, and it was golden underwear that is supposed to be worn only by pretty females. So that was pretty weird. And you know, especially after these episodes, man, those fillers just don't fit, man. I'm still very heartbroken because our crew has been separated, or maybe not. I was talking about how there is a possibility that they would all be at the same place, but is that really the case? I don't know, man. 3 days and 3 nights flying to the sky, that's a pretty long time period, man. So I'm not really sure. It was so weird seeing Kuma doing something so good. He literally saved us, man. And I like how Oda decided to show us that we are not ready, that we are simply not ready to take on admirals and these PX Kuma cyborgs, even with Rayleigh's help, right? He was enough to distract Admiral, but he couldn't help us dealing with PX and Kuma, man. And Kuma whispered something to Rayleigh. We didn't get to hear what it was. And Rayleigh said, "Can I really trust you?" So I assume that he told him something along the lines like, "Don't worry, I'm doing this for their own good." And then he proceeds to use his ability. And when Kizaru states that he will have to face the consequences for his actions right here, I connected that to him saying to Luffy, Kuma was saying to Luffy, we will never meet again. So maybe they're probably going to lock him up or whatever. I'm not quite sure who can control that monster that is Kuma, man. His devil fruit is so broken. There is so many questions, man. It's really interesting. Kuma, from the moment I saw his appearance at Thriller Bark, him asking about Luffy's brother, him mentioning Luffy's father as well, he's such a mysterious character, but they labeled him as a tyrant, so you never know what to expect from him. Kuma is honestly one of my favorite warlords at the moment, man. He's not only because he's powerful and he has incredible devil fruit, but because he's so mysterious. I like him, and I like Mihawk a lot. I also liked Crocodile's character design. Moria is probably my least favorite, but yeah. I'm really curious to see what happens now. Props to Luffy and Luffy's voice actor that was being established early on, that it's one of the best voice actors and best roles I ever had a chance to listen, man. Luffy's voice actor is something else, but it hits differently when you see him facing situations like this when it's pure despair. The character that we always see being cheerful and goofy and smiling, now being broken mentally to the point that he didn't know what to do. He was smashing his head against the ground. He was crying. It was terrible, man. And especially when they showed the flashback, Luffy remembering the time he spent together with everyone and his interaction with everyone, it broke my heart, man. And it was perfect that I watched those 3 episodes last time because, as you guys said, those 3 episodes are literally the end of Sabaody arc, who is the most compact arc so far, stacked with information. Oda usually treads carefully, right? He's making sure that the pacing is not too fast, right? And he's exploring everything, and that he tells his story really, really slowly, right? And focuses on detail, which we all like, right? Like for arcs like Thriller Bark and Sky P and Alabasta, the build-up, right? And the payoff is always amazing. But Sabaody was all the time action non-stop, man. New characters, admirals, celestial dragons, Luffy attacking celestial dragons, news about the war with Whitebeard, Ace getting executed, human trafficking, racism against fishermen. Holy fucking shit. Rayleigh talking about the king of the pirates, him wanting to share information with us. Sabaody was fucking nuts, man. I can't wait to see what happens. So without further ado, let's start episode 408. Let's begin, guys. Wow, that was amazing and so unexpected set of episodes. First of all, Boa Hancock is amazing, bro. Her character design, the way she acts, even though I fucking hate that she kicked that little kitty, that's very, very fucked up. But it looks like she has a devil fruit that allows her to turn people into stone. How very fitting for the place where it's all about the snake. How very fitting for the snake princess to have a power like Medusa, right? To turn people into stone. But she said, like, thanks to your guilty consciousness, right? For loving her, I guess. So they have to, I guess, think that she's pretty, right? In order for power to work. Is that the downside? Like, if somebody doesn't find her pretty, the power won't work. Am I getting that right? And that's why this guy stabbed himself, because he probably knows that he knows that he thinks she's beautiful as well, but the way he fought it was by stabbing himself, which reminded me of Sasuke, ironically enough, against another snake, Orochimaru, when he was fighting him and he fought his fear, right? He was frozen and he stabbed himself in order to start moving again. That's so good, man. It's so good because she's a warlord who doesn't rock with the world government, man. That's so dope. She doesn't give a shit about this war. It's in 1 week the execution of our boy Ace, which is not going to happen, man. They are preparing all the warlords and all the admirals, all the military for Whitebeard, bro. I can't even imagine how fucking crazy that fight would be, man. It's a literal war, as they are saying, and she doesn't want to participate in that. So why work as a warlord that is supported by Navy and world government if you don't like world government? They have the deal that the Navy is not allowed to come here, right? 3 kilometers away from their island. So is there a more deeper meaning to all of this? Does she have some reason, like to protect her island or whatever? I don't know, man, but the fact that she said that she doesn't like the world government, that instantly won me over, man. I really, really can't wait to see more of her, man. And I like her to interact with Luffy, man, because I think that Luffy, that her power, if it works the way I think it works, it wouldn't work on Luffy, man. That would be my guess, so that would be interesting. This girl, Margaret, said, I'm too afraid that I will get attached to you, so she attacked Luffy. And the inspiration from Amazon Warriors, obviously, I love it, man. They are so ignorant about men, and as I said, it's very wholesome, their innocent curiosity towards Luffy. So Margaret legit thinks that all men can get fat on command, and that they can all stretch, and that they all have like family jewels, which is correct. At least one of the things is correct, man. I like that the tone is a little bit lighter, right? And as I said, I'm pretty sure that this whole situation and Kuma doing this to us is actually gonna help us, because we would get fucking obliterated and captured by Admiral and all these Kuma clones. So this is actually going to be so impactful for the future of our crew. I'm sure of it, and I can't wait to see where are the others, man. Luffy was still, as he was traveling through sky, mentioning everyone's names. They're always on his mind, of course. It makes sense, man, but once the Margaret girl mentioned Haki in the arrows, I think that there is a possibility that Luffy might learn Haki from them. And they mentioned Haki a lot recently with the railing and all his powers making people unconscious, pulling off that like collar and all of that probably has to do with Haki, man, which I really can't wait to learn more about. So yeah, as I said, loving the theme of Amazon, Lily Island, right, the Kuja pirates, the snake themes, and I like how Luffy was so casual when he was naked, and they were all studying him and watching him carefully. It was so hilarious, man. They literally pulled his penis when they were washing him, and I guess we learned that his penis can stretch as well, which makes sense. I mean, every part of his body can stretch, so yeah, it was so funny. I can't deny that, and I kept saying how this would be so cool for Sanji, right? He would like to visit this place for sure. It's also cool how they're in Calm Belt, where there is a bunch of these sea kings and sea monsters, right? And the ships can't usually go there because there are no waves. It's very hard to move there. So I guess that's why they have those snakes pulling them. It's really interesting, and the look of the island on that like little mountain and surrounded by those giant snake statues, and that shot from above, it's simply beautiful, right? It's such a cool place, and everyone is so cheerful, like their daily life. I really like this concept of Amazon warriors, man, but I guess they really don't know much about men. Only the wise lady knew that Luffy was a man, but as I said, they have to reproduce somehow, and it literally is like they're only meeting men when there is need for reproduction, and by some miracle it's always girls that are being born. That's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please consider subscribing, leave a like, comment, all that good stuff. As always, check out my Patreon page if you want to see full and early reactions. I will be seeing you very soon with another video. Until then, take care and have a nice day. See ya, guys.